Roxo Media House. From the Flying T studio at Roxo Media House, this is Frogs Today with special guests. TCU Basketball's Director of Player Development and Hall of Famer, Corey Santee. An inside look at beach volleyball. And Triathlon Head Coach Jenny Garrison, along with student athletes Elena Viejo and Jenna Buchanan. And now, here's your host, the voice of the TCU Horned Frogs, Brian Estridge.
Welcome into the Thursday edition of Frogs Today here at the Flying T Club studios. We decided we'd do this one in the den because we want to chill with this guy who's always chill. The Hall of Famer, Corey Santee, is alongside. We got a lot we got to get into, by the way, in this half hour. We're going to be talking a little triathlon later on, maybe even talk some beach volleyball, some cool sports happening right now as we're in this open week for the Horned Frog football team. And still a little early as men's basketball starting to roll out here shortly. We're going to talk some hoops right now with Corey, the Hall of Famer. How are you, man? Good to see you.
I'm good. I'm excited. Glad to be here.
I bet you are excited. You ought to be with that roster, man.
Yeah.
You and I have joked before that this roster probably as loaded as we've seen at TCU.
Yes, it is. This is really one of the most anticipated seasons that we've had probably since I've been here.
Yep.
So everybody back. We got the taste of what winning is like. Disappointing loss to Arizona, but everybody hungry and we ready to get after it.
You know, Corey, you were a great player here, obviously the point guard, #1 assist guy, got it done. You were the Hall of Famer. You came back, though, to be part of Coach Dixon's staff.
Yes.
That tells me a little bit about what you think about this place.
Yeah, I love this place. This was the first visit I had and the first time I've been to Texas. So when I got to campus, it was an eye-opener, and it's just something that felt special about here. It was just like a family environment. And I knew I could, blaze my own trail because Michigan State was popular back home.
Yep.
Michigan Fab Five. When I got here, I said, I could make this my own, so I loved it.
You grew up in Flint, and Flint obviously has a terrific basketball tradition.
Yes,
Basketball
sir.
was always important to you, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's the heartbeat of the city.
Yeah.
It was General Motors and it
Yes.
was basketball. It was no in between. I mean, you couldn't really do nothing. You couldn't play basketball. You couldn't get on the court. It was basketball.
And you brought those skills here to Fort Worth to play for Coach Tubbs.
Yes, sir.
And I was thinking about that as I was making notes. I was thinking, how cool is it that Corey got to play for Coach Tubbs, who's a legend here, and now coach with Coach Dixon, who's a legend here as well already.
It's been a blessing. They called it Billy Ball when I first came down here, running gun. And then, of course, I was disappointed when he retired and things. And almost claimed close to transferring.
I know.
Yeah, Rick Pitino, and then got there with my dad and stuff. But I just couldn't leave TCU. I built a family environment that came my brothers, and it's not like now when people just up and leave. I just knew whatever I started, I could finish it here. So I'm so glad it worked out for me.
Give folks an idea of what your role is on Coach Dixon's staff.
So it's player development, but there's just so much more to it. I spend a lot of time talking to these kids off the court. I walk the campus just like they walk the campus. Life decisions, try to prepare them and talk to people outside of their family, like basketball. Talk to the students, talk to your professors because it's a family environment and everybody wants to know who they are.
Yeah.
So I try to just guide them, a lot of decisions they try to make or they think they make and I've made before. It's a social media driven world. If they post the wrong things, I text them, hey, look, take that down. Just try to guide these young men because it's a real world once they step outside of TCU and college, in general. So I try to prepare them. And then, on the court, talking to Mike Miles, talking to Damian, little things I see that I tweak, try to be a voice for Coach, outside of him being so, emotional. I try to just bring it to understanding from a player perspective,
Right.
and just try to be there for these boys, you know?
You mentioned 2 point guards there, and Mike Miles and Damian Ball. They both have different skill sets, but they're skilled.
Oh, yes.
Compare them to your game. Give me some sense of what do you think of those two guys?
Damian is more of a natural leader, you know. Everyone loves playing with him. He's a first point guard. He could see the floor. He could see a play ahead. Mike is like an assassin.
Yeah.
He's a scorer. He could score from a variety of ways. And Damian can also, but they complement each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they both are on the court, they kind of complement each other so well, and it's great for us.
You know, Damian's got a little bit of the Corey Santee teardrop too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that you made famous, man, back in the day. But he'll do a little teardrop on
Yeah,
you.
but the thing about Damian, he's way more athletic than I was. I had to shoot that teardrop. Damian could come down the lane and dunk it. That's one thing I never. Vertically athletic, nah, I couldn't do that.
Speaking of big decisions and the fact that you help these young men with that, you got a big one coming up, obviously, coming up in July with Lauren, right?
Yeah,
You're going to get married.
Yeah, getting married, man. July 15th. You know, we met at TCU on campus. You know, her dad, Ron Parker, and I'm excited. This is a big step, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. But I'm very, very excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
We're going to have Bingo Merricks as one of our basketball analysts this year, and you were telling me he's going to be one of the groomsmen standing beside you.
Yeah, and he was my host on my visit.
Yeah,
so it's everything coming full circle. It's just a truly blessing.
Yeah. All right, let's do this real quick. Right now, this team is doing what? What's going on as far as preparation is concerned?
Just preparing, honing our skills, do a lot of skill work, 3-on-3, 5-on-0, you know what I'm saying, sharpening our skills as far as our playmaking ability, running our sets and things like that we have them play. So the first 2 days of the week is Monday and Tuesday. We do skill work, break each other down. They lift. Then the second half of the week, Thursday and Friday, we bring them all together and they play against each other, things like that.
The one thing I've noticed, and we've had good strength coaches in the past, things are a little different, though, in that weight room. And these guys are already I saw Chuck O'Bannon the other day. I'm like, Chuck, got a little definition there. You're looking good, man.
Yeah, it's the missing component because Gary, he sweet guy. That was the missing component, but he's holding these guys accountable. Yeah. Even if it's missing classes, being late, I mean, you got to pay for it. You know, you making them lift, making them run. We're going to be in the best shape that we've been. And that's another reason why I'm excited, to be able to get over the hump when you're tired the last 3 minutes of the game. We're going to push through that wall. You know, I'm super excited.
You think about how things changed from Coach Tubbs' day to today. You remember Coach Tubbs, you guys didn't lift a ton.
No.
You know, you kind of ate on your own.
Yeah.
It was just kind of, hey, just show up at the game, let's go. He wanted you playing ball.
Right.
He wanted you getting reps. You know, now it's about what you eat. It's about how you recover. It's spending time in the weight room. Yeah. Then, oh, by the way, it's playing ball.
Yeah,
right?
It's about longevity now. Like these boys are more knowledgeable about what they're putting in their bodies. It's out there now. We got nutritionists and things like that. You know, when we was playing, we go eat and go to Pizza Hut to go to frog bites or something like that. But now they eating smoothies, they getting salads, and they're playing longer and they're running faster, they're jumping higher.
Yeah, there's no question about that. It's an athletic group. It's going to be great to see this team this year. All right, real quickly, Hall of Fame's coming up here in a couple of weeks. It's a great class going in. You're in that Hall of Fame. Give us some perspective on what those folks are going to experience.
It's going to be it's just an experience that knowing their time at TCU was valued. I know me, myself, that was the last thing on my mind. I was just playing, trying to make people from back home proud, trying to make my parents proud, and to be recognized like that is an honor. But they're not going to really realize how special it is until they get there, until they be to the ceremony and they see the former Hall of Famers. It's just something that they'll never forget.
You know what? I won't ever forget that night that you win it. That was a good night, man.
Oh, man. Appreciate that.
All right, the Hall of Famer. Corey Santee joining us. A lot more to come on Frogs Today after we take this time out.
Dave's Hot Chicken is a cult favorite and now has 2 locations in Fort Worth, Bryant Irvin Road on I-20 and Berry Street at TCU, both owned and operated by Horned Frogs. Mention the Frogs Today show and get 10% off anytime and order online at daveshotchicken.com.
The Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
Texas-based Happy Water offers the best-tasting, sugar-free kids drink ever made. Happy Water comes in 4 delicious flavors that you can find at local retailers and on Amazon. Each pouch contains 0 grams of sugar, 0 calories, and 0% juice. Head to happydrinks.com for more information and to purchase Happy Water. That's HAPI drinks.com. Live happy, be happy, drink happy.
For exclusive interviews and content on TCU recruits, subscribe now at frogstoday.com. Any sport, anytime. It's your source for all things TCU. Only on frogstoday.com.
Frogs Today rolls on right now. We try to keep you up with everything going on around the world at TCU Athletics, even if we got to go across the pond, at least sorta. We head down to South America, Brazil to be exact. That's where the beach volleyball program has been for the last several days. Hector Gutierrez is the head coach. We had a chance to catch up with them as they returned back to Fort Worth. Here's a look at their experience right now.
Yeah, silver medal. That's what we were fighting for, I guess. we set our goal to fight for the medals representing Spain, and it's such an honor to achieve our results.
This was the last tournament of the summer season, so we were kind of excited to close it with a medal. We were trying to get the gold one, but I mean, it's just amazing to finish the season with a medal, and we're just so happy.
It was awesome. We ended up with a medal. We won bronze. This is the first time that Puerto Rico gets a medal, so it was a big deal in such a big tournament. So it was an honor representing my flag and representing TCU as well.
You're watching Frogs Today. There's more after this. Go Frogs!
Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Richards Rainwater. Richards Rainwater is 100% rain, refreshing, renewable, and the only ingredient we use in our water. Why rain? Because everyone deserves access to clean water, and rain is a 100% renewable resource available everywhere. Drink the rain. Save the planet. Shop now at richardsrainwater.com. Dave's Hot Chicken is a cult favorite and now has 2 locations in Fort Worth, Bryant Urban Road on I-20 and Berry Street at TCU, both owned and operated by Horned Frogs. Mention the Frogs Today show and get 10% off anytime and order online at daveshotchicken.com.
The Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
Welcome back into Frogs Today here in the Flying T Club studios. We got 3 terrific guests for you right now. You probably know Jenny Garrison. She's the new triathlon coach here at TCU. She brought a couple of athletes with her as well. Jenny, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having us here.
We're fired up about this because now we got to wait another year, right, before triathlon becomes an official sport. But you're busy at work right now, aren't you?
We are. We're really busy. We're creating and setting a tone for hopefully a great future. We feel really good about it.
I'm looking forward to it. Jenna Buchanan is alongside. She's from Illinois. Jenna, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to Fort Worth. What do you think so far?
I love it here so far. I've
Do
been
you?
here a month and I'm having a great time.
You grew up in Illinois outside of Chicago, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Weather's a little different maybe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I'm getting used to the heat still.
Are you digging it okay?
It's nice. I love it.
Yeah, good. All right, I'm glad you're here. Now, Madrid, Spain's a little bit different than Fort Worth, Texas. Just maybe just a touch.
I'd say so.
Elena Viejo joins us right now. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Thank you.
Welcome to town.
Thank you.
What do you think of Texas?
Well, it's very different from where I'm from.
Yeah?
But I'm really liking it so far. So
When you first got here, all right, was this when you came? When was the first time you came to Texas?
the 10th of August.
The 10th of
2022.
August.
Yeah.
Did you get here and think it was all going to be horses and cattle
much.
and hats and things? Yes.
We have this vision in Spain that Texas is just only country, horses, and desert, and that's it.
Yeah, a little
But
different.
apparently not. It's not that.
It's not that, no. Let's talk a little bit about triathlon as a sport, Jenny. Give folks who may not know what we're in for. What are we going to be experiencing?
Honestly, it's really exciting. So it's swimming, biking, and running. In the collegiate level, you can race up to 7 girls, 5 girls score, but it's draft legal on the bike. So it's kind of similar to like you guys at Roxo have a women's cycling team.
Yes.
So there's a lot of teamwork on the bike where you have girls working together, working with girls from other teams or trying to not work with them. But it makes it a really dynamic and fun race because it's lapped. Yeah, and it's scored based on those 5 girls, your top 5 finishers.
Got it. All right, Jenna, I'm going to put you on the spot. How many laps do you do in swimming?
The swim is just 1 lap.
1 lap?
Usually.
Usually.
So on special occasions, it can be 2 laps, but I've only ever done 1 lap.
Okay, and then how far on the bike?
4 laps.
4 laps on the bike, and then on the run?
2 laps.
2 laps on the run. And so give me an idea of how far we're talking here.
The distances?
The distances.
So the bike is 20 kilometers, the run is 5K, and the swim is 750 meters.
See, that makes a big difference when you say that it's just, how many laps in the bike?
4.
4, but it's 20 kilometers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long way.
It can take them, depending on the course, an hour to an hour 5, hour 8.
Right.
You know, so it's tough. It's a grueling sport. They're tough girls. They handle adversity really well.
Yeah. Now, do they change the terrain on you, Elena? Like, or is it all flat generally?
No, each race is a different world. You can get super flat races to super hilly ones. Everything depends on where you're doing it.
All right. Is this a high school sport, Jenny, anywhere?
Not like a soccer, basketball, football. It's not a plug-and-play sport, so it's a club sport, probably like equestrian, where you're not going to find high school teams. But there are kids in the U.S. who do it and have high-performance club teams that compete across the nation, but probably not quite enough that we can fill all the rosters across the country. So you're going to see kids getting recruited that are swimmers and runners in high school. And then you're going to see a big contingent, you know, internationally, because it is really big overseas. So, yep, it's currently not a high school sport.
And you get to benefit from that, right?
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
All right. So when in Madrid, were you part of a club, a triathlon club? Is that what it was?
Yes, because there isn't high school triathlon, so you have to be part of a club to do it.
Oh wow! And how did you get into this? I mean, who said, "Hey, Elena, you should do this"?
Well, my parents always did Ironmans and everything, so they thought that I should do swimming. And then I didn't like swimming, so they were like, okay, well, let's try triathlon. And I actually really liked it, so here I am.
Wow, how about that? Now, Jenna, you told us earlier you got a couple of siblings who are athletes.
Yes.
Yeah, and what do they do?
Well, my sister's also a triathlete, and so is my brother, but he also runs and swims.
Okay, are they older than you?
My sister is older, my brother is younger.
Okay, so it was kind of like automatic. You were going to be in something like that. When did you get into triathlon?
Well, my sister actually did one first, so obviously I followed in the footsteps of my older sister. She's a triathlete at ASU right now, and she loves it there. And I've just always kind of done what she's done.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, they're in the outside of the collegiate world, there are different levels of triathlons, right? They're different
Distances.
Different distances. Like my wife has done a few triathlons.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure she didn't go as far as you guys did.
Well, it might be. So there's age group triathlon that
Okay.
you're going to see in Fort Worth. They have races.
Right.
There's races all over the country. But there's an Ironman. There's.
Yep.
But what they do is pretty specific to what they might do at the Olympics. So
Yeah.
it's draft legal. Different kinds of bikes. So you're
Yeah.
right, like some of the age group races, they're going to have time trial bikes
Right.
with the aero bars. Our girls ride road bikes with
Okay.
the drops. So it's a little bit different. There's a lot. It's actually, I think it's a lot tougher what they do. There's a lot more thought and skill that goes into it. But yeah, it just makes it a lot more dynamic and fun to watch.
Now, Jenny, I should know this, and I don't, so I apologize ahead of time. Were you a triathlete?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured you were.
Not recently, but yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but in college, did you run track or something in college?
I
And
did
that's how you got-
triathlons.
In college.
I did, but at that point, I mean, over 20 years ago, it was a club sport.
Okay.
So, I mean, it still is a club sport, but
Right.
at that time, it was only a club sport.
Yeah.
So I did club nationals and placed at club nationals, and I feel like it was even bigger then. It was at Cal Poly.
Okay.
Wildflower Triathlon. So, like ESPN was there. And
Yeah,
it was,
that's
it was a big deal. So I did it at that level and lived at the Olympic Training Center as like their collegiate resident program.
Right.
And competed that way, but more on my own. We didn't have the same sense of team.
Well, I told these ladies that I saw them the other day on campus. I got on the elevator in the athletic department, and they had their beach towels with them. And I know that I said, "Hey, wait a minute, the pool's closed right now on campus," but they told me they had gone downtown
Yeah.
to the Y to work out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that makes sense. You got to get the pool somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to get the time in the pool. What about what's after college for you two? Jenna? We'll start with you. Do you want to continue to do triathlons on the professional level, or what?
I would love to see where triathlon takes me in the future. I don't have plans right now, but yeah, I mean, I would love to see what I could do with it in the future.
Yeah. Have you decided on a major yet? Do you know?
My major right now is economics.
Economics.
Yes.
Wow. So do you have a plan for that somehow yet?
My plan is to finish the major, see how I actually like it. I may or may not end up switching my major. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
But what I want to do in the future is just up to how I like my major so far.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
We'll see.
I like that. How about you, Elena? Do you know what you're going to major in yet?
I'm majoring in physics right now.
Oh.
I'm not sure what I want to accomplish with that. I
Right.
don't know my future plans with it,
Yeah.
but I'm really liking it so far. So.
Yeah, but you're going to kind of try to continue to do triathlons at
Yes,
a major
I
level.
do want to compete an elite level
Yeah.
once I graduate.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yes, it will.
All right. Either one of you, you're from Illinois, you're from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you have cowboy boots yet?
No.
Just
but we
talked
wanna
about
get
this in the
them.
car.
I
I do. Not,
Okay, yeah.
but not. I would like some TCU ones.
Yeah, you got to get some TC.
Yes.
We'll get you some TC.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but you guys don't have boots yet?
I do.
Oh, you do?
You do?
You do?
Yeah.
You like them?
I love them.
Did you see?
I've worn them twice, but I love them.
Yeah, well, good. Okay, so maybe this weekend.
Elena needs to
Yes.
get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need them.
Yeah.
Cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you all for coming by.
Thank
It's
you
been
for having
great.
us.
Yeah.
having us.
So, all right. So, give me a sense when the schedule will kick in because we have to wait a while. I know.
Yeah. Well, some of these ladies are competing for cross country this fall.
Right.
These two ladies
Yes,
in 2 days
I knew that.
actually. So they'll have some competition this fall, and then many of our girls. Actually, Jenna's racing in Uruguay the end of next month for the United States.
That'll be fun.
And then Elena, both of them kind of race internationally in the spring probably. But as a team next fall, we'll probably have our schedule by March, I hope, release that we'll know what we're doing. We're hoping to somewhat kind of host an event.
I was going to say, will you have a home event?
Yes, well, probably a home event literally in Fort Worth, and then we're setting up a race, a regional championship in Irvine that actually is happening this weekend that we're hoping to work with a company that will put it on in October next year.
Okay.
So hopefully people will come out and cheer us on.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll
Yeah,
be fun.
we want to bring the fun part of triathlon to Fort Worth and
Yeah.
get everybody excited about what a fun and awesome sport it really is.
Oh yeah, I love it when the Olympics roll around too, and watching all the different events too.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh my
fun.
gosh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming by.
Thank you so
It's
much for
fun.
having us.
All right, yeah, been a great show today here on Frogs Today. Thanks for joining us. We're back here tomorrow with a football focus. Obviously, got the open weekend this weekend, but we got a lot we got to get into. We'll do that after we get ready for that one. Obviously, the Horned Frogs and SMU on the 24th. Thanks for joining us here today on Frogs Today, FrogsToday.com.
Frogs Today is brought to you by the Flying Tea Club, supporting TCU student athletes, and by Richard's Rainwater. Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Frogs Today is a production of Roxo Media House. Roxo Media House.